definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a Wet n Wild CenturyLink field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
This is taken at the 18. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. On 2nd down, Muhammad, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Vikings nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And some room to roam now. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings.
The ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now it's Hyde on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. This time, Wilson will throw. This complete to Lockett. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
The score tied 7-7.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
First and 10.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback that's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers.
A 30-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there and only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Amir Abdullah on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play fake. Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Dalvin Cook, the Viking ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. Back to the ground, Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Cousins again. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Following the interception, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Adam Thielen, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
For the Viking field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Muhammad. Back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Dorsett making the catch. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Good catch there by DK Metcalf, and when he came into the league, we were all impressed by his physical attributes. Looked like he was chiseled out of stone. This guy's body is one that we all really wanted to have. But as his rookie season progressed, they added more and more to his plate. Now at times, with his size, his speed, and ability to catch the ball downfield, he looks downright unstoppable.
Second and 8.
4-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Carson. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled at the 34.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
2-yard line.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They run again with Carson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They tried to they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
3rd and 3.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. On the carry, it's Logan. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. A first down throw for Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Abdullah, the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Intended for just
this defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The tackle by Tremaine Johnson. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Dorsett's got it. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
20-yard line.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
24, Vikings 7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a 1st down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
First down, Minnesota.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And Cook getting the call there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.